Shalom Israel, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, glory, highs honor, thanks on top of now Yahweh, Ba'asham Yahushai, Ba'asham Haruk HaKodash. Double honor to the elders and apostles of GMS taught me his truth. Peace out to elect out there. Khan, that's the brother Gabar from the Grandma's in Germany camp. Come back at you for a new lesson, okay? And today's lesson will be, all we can do is preach, okay? And simple as that. Because as it says in the book of 1 Corinthians, chapter 9, verse 16, for though I preach the gospel, I have nothing to glory of. For necessity is laid upon me. Yeah, woe is unto me, if I preach not the gospel. You see? And that's the thing, man. Let's read in NLT on the right side. Yet preaching the good news is not something I can boast about. I am compelled by Yahweh to do it. How terrible for me if I didn't preach the good news. You see? Can't. And that's not to say that we hate preaching the gospel or not. And that's Salakia. It's not that we say that we hate preaching the gospel, okay? Or something like that. But it's just that we got blessed with the Spirit. That we have to preach. That we want to preach. That we got to preach. Okay? Because we understand what we are preaching of. From who the words that we are preaching of are from. Okay? From the power of the universe. From the power of everything. Okay? From him who made everything and who can destroy everything. Khan. That's the book of Luke, chapter 12, verse 47, and it says, and that servant which knew his Lord's will, and prepared not himself, neither did according to his will, shall be beaten with many stripes. You see? And one of the most important things that the Heavenly Father and Yahushai told us before Yahushai left, before he went to the spiritual world, before he sacrificed himself for us, okay, was what? To preach his word, to preach his gospel, to preach the words of his Father, okay, throughout the four corners. And we know what the Heavenly Father told us to do, through the scriptures, through the words he gave unto us. So there's no reason for us not to preach his word, and no excuse. And the consequence is that we will be beaten with many stripes if we don't. Verse 48. But he that knew not and that commit things worthy of stripes shall be beaten with few stripes. For unto whomsoever much is given, of him shall be much required. To understand this truth, to even be able to pronounce Yahweh Shem Shai's name is one of the greatest gift you can have. To understand who Yahweh Shem Shai truly is the greatest gift. Okay? And of course, he that does not know the law, statutes, commandments of the Heavenly Father, the things that he, told us to do, and he doesn't do it, will still be beaten, but with less stripes. But it's almost impossible nowadays to not know about the truth, because it's everywhere. It's throughout all the four corners. Calm. And don't forget, man, the Heavenly Father blessed you with a lot. He blessed you with health. He blessed you with a roof over your head. He blessed you with the Akim. He blessed you, first of all, with the Spirit. Okay? So show some gratitude. Okay? Let's go into the word real quick. Grady. So like I gotta look it up. Gratitude. Goodwill. You see? Thankfulness. So show some thankfulness unto the Heavenly Father. And to whom men have committed much, of him they will ask the more. You see? That's why all we can do is preach. Because this is what the Heavenly Father wants to see from us. And He blesses so much. So we can Yaharatazah show a little bit of gratitude, finally, and do what the Heavenly Father told us to do. Yaharatazah, of course. Okay? Because it's time, man. It's time to really become what we are supposed to become, which is Yaharatazah. If we're blessed, men of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, okay? Come. It's the book of Amos, chapter 3, verse 8. And it says, the lion have roared, who will not fear? The Lord Yahweh have spoken, who can but prophesy? You see? Who can but prophesy? Nobody. And that's why we gotta do it, man. The Heavenly Father have spoken. Feed His sheep. Of paraphrase what Yahweh Shai said. Okay, feed my sheep. That's what we gotta be outside. That's what we gotta be preaching this word. Come. This book of Acts, chapter 4, verse 20. And it says, for we cannot but speak the things which we have seen and heard. You see? That's the thing. Of course, you come in this truth. You be like preaching. Weird. Okay. Then you go to the camp. You see it. You be like, I can never do it. Next thing you know, you'll be in the camp preaching the words of the Heavenly Father. And you can't even think of it not doing it anymore. You can't think it out of your life anymore. And that's something beautiful. That's how it's supposed to be. Okay? And of course, people see it as a burden. People see it as maybe something they don't want to do. Okay? And of course, you can think of something more comfortable than standing outside in the rain, standing outside in the cold, in the snow, and preaching the word for multiple hours. But that's not what it's about. It's about what the Heavenly Father wants. And He said, in season, out of season, preach His word. And that's why we got to do it. In season, out of season. Come on. This book of Jeremiah, chapter 20, verse 9. And it says, then I said, I will not make mention of him, nor speak any more in his name. But his word was in mine heart, as burning fire, shut up in my bones. And I was weary with forbearing, and I could not say. You see? And this is how we gotta be. That's exactly the spirit that we gotta be in. Okay? Not say, but let me clarify, not like the beginning. Okay? We should not say that we don't want to preach no more. No. Like the end part. The words should be in us. The Spirit should be in us if we not preach. That we are burning inside. That you can rest no more. And that's the spirit to have. That's the state that we got to be in. Okay? If you don't preach, it should be burning inside of you. It should be wanting to come out. Okay? Let's read the NLT. Salakia. On the right side. But if I say, I will never mention the Lord Yahweh or speak in His name, His words burn in my heart like a fire. It is like a fire in my bones. I am worn out trying to hold it in. I can't do it. You see? You can't hold it inside. It gotta come out. And that's the spirit to be in. Can't. This is the book of 1 Corinthians, chapter 3, verse 7. And it says, so then, neither is he that planteth anything, neither he that watereth, but Yahweh that giveth the increase. You see? It doesn't matter from who you learn. Okay? If it, on in that sense, if it's from El Apostle Taha, El Apostle Gabar, El Apostle Rikar, El Apostle Ariamla, and so on and so forth. Okay? Because first off, they all gather from Yahweh Shem Yahshai, the blessed with the Spirit. So it comes all from the same, originator. First off, that's the first thing. And second off, they're all preaching the same things. There's another thing. Okay? And of course, they got different styles to it, But still, the most important thing is that it comes to the Heavenly Father. So all we can do is preach. And the only one who gave us the strength to preach is Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. Khan. This book of Romans, chapter 1. Chapter 1, verse 14. And it says, I'm a debtor both to the Greeks and to the barbarians, both to the wise and to the unwise. You see? Let's continue reading. So as much as in me is, I am ready to preach the gospel to you that are at Rome also. Verse 16. For I am not ashamed of the gospel of Hamashiach, for it is the power of Yahweh unto salvation to everyone that believeth, to the Jew first, and also to the Greek, okay? And the Greek means Gentiles, the Israelites scattered abroad, okay? Throughout the four corners. But my point with that is this is preaching. First off, we are not ashamed. Okay, you should not be ashamed. If you feel ashamed, you should go on a fast. You could just pray to the Heavenly Father for strength and for guidance, for boldness to preach His truth. If you feel ashamed, if you be like, maybe people from my job, people from my school see me. I had these thoughts, but what happened? The Heavenly Father sent back to back people that I know, and what happened? Nothing. People even encourage it. They say, keep on going, keep on doing the Lord's work. But this comes to the Spirit, to believe in Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. And of course it was a test. But you got to keep the faith. And some people will go against it. So what? The Heavenly Father will make a way. Because He's the power of our salvation. But you got to believe in Him. You got to trust in Him. And you got to do what He told us to do. Which is what? Let's read it. It's the book of John, chapter 21. Let me start at verse 16. And it says, He saith unto him, again, The second time, Simon, son of Jonas, lovest thou me? He saith unto him, Yea, Lord, thou knowest that I love thee. He said unto him, Feed my sheep. Verse 17, he said unto him the third time, Simon, son of Jonas, lovest thou me? Peter was grieved because he said unto him the third time, Lovest thou me? And he said unto him, Lord, thou knowest all things. Thou knowest that I love thee. Yahushua said unto him, Feed my sheep. You see? And that's what we got to do. Feed the Heavenly Father's sheep. Feed his men. Feed his elected. Okay? Khan. That's all I got. I hope this lesson was edifying. I want to give once again all praise, glory, highest honor, thanks unto Abanawi Yahweh, Ba'asham, Yahushai, Ba'asham, Harukakodash. Double answer the else apostle of GMS told me his truth. Peace, salutation to elect up there. Till next time, Shalom.